Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kevin Knight, and my presentation will be on how to successfully write a piece of e-literature. But first, let's begin by establishing the definition of e-literature. E-literature is any story, song, poem, etc. that is created and then inserted into the internet, uploaded. Now, the first step is, of course, going to be to pick your topic. And the main ways of doing this are, of course, brainstorm. But you also have to ask yourself a constant question while you're doing this. Are you passionate? And if, while you're brainstorming, if you aren't passionate about a topic, then you eliminate that topic and move on, hence narrowing your topics. Now, as for the brainstorming, there are of course two common methods, webs and lists. One of my methods is called spontaneous verbal fictions, in which I will actually choose a topic and have a conversation about it with someone. Now remember, while you're doing your brainstorming, remember to explore character types, and we'll get more on that later. Now, are you passionate? Whatever your topic, you must be passionate or even immovable. And this can be simple topics, controversial topics, it doesn't matter. You just have to be passionate. Now, the price of forgetting this rule is that your piece of work will not have any success whatsoever. And it doesn't hurt at all to be passionate with a compatible genre. For example, exploration and science fiction. Those two have great synergy, and it's if you are passionate about both, then then you'd be able to create a great work of literature because of that. Next step is pick your genre. Now try to match your genre with your topic. And this should go without mentioning, really. But you can also pick your genre before picking your topic. And remember, not all topics fit in all genres. But it doesn't hurt to try your topic in as many genres as possible. And then, of course, then this cannot be understated. Research. Do as much research as you can, explore other works, etc. Just do your homework. Now, trying to match up your genre with your topic. As I have already stated, not all topics necessarily work with every genre. Some topics can work very well with certain genres. For example, you couldn't use lots of comedy in a tragedy. Remember, you can sometimes use different genres together. Some typical exercise of my own. Try your topic in as many genres as possible. Remember the topic genre synergy, the binding forces. Some topics will have a very strong synergy with certain genres. But here's a couple of questions to ask yourself. Why does or doesn't this topic work for this genre? For example, back to the tragedy and comedy example. Why doesn't lots of comedy work in a tragedy? Obvious reasons aside, it's a question to ask yourself. Of course, there are some pretty fun genre fusions, such as fantasy with science fiction. Try it. You'd be surprised. Now, research of this, of course, helps with understanding and quality of both your topic and your genre. real life articles, other works, etc., all count as research. Now, the next step is to pick your characters. During brainstorming, you should also think of character types, but you also got to answer. But you also have to ask, are they real? And do you love your characters? Importance coming up. First of all, are they real? Make sure they live realistically. Common sense is key to this, and observations in science, such as psychology and sociology, can really help. Now, loving your characters. This one might get a little weird, but they are, in fact, your children. You're creating them yourself, hence, you're their parent. You gotta treat them better than you would yourself. Go that extra mile, make that extra paragraph. And of course, creating negative events can help them grow. Just like what we faced in real life. Next, record their lives. Now remember, you're recording their lives and the events in their lives. And you gotta make sure that they're realistic. Without realism, your work's gonna be less successful. Now, when it comes to recording their lives, once it's done on paper, it's in the past. It's happened. Move on. And it's your job to record it. Detail is important. Now, the next step is to respond to comments. You're not done with your work until this step is followed. And of course, you have to respond to both negative and positive comments. Record all these comments. Implement changes and respond to changes. Now, let's go into detail. Responding to both kinds of comments. Of course, positive comments are nice, but negative comments are nicer. That's because negative comments help you improve your work better than positive comments. Exceptions are, of course, malicious comments such as trolling and phishing. And be sure to respond back professional every time. Now, as to recording all comments, print out or Word document all comments. You do this so that you can find a pattern, hence finding the majority of rules. Analyze any and all patterns, and like I said already, majority rules. This will help you be even more successful. Now, implement those changes. Again, majority rules. What the majority wants is what they get. Implement all grammar and spelling changes first. That shouldn't even really be mentioned, but for completeness sake it is. Next comes proper storytelling. Unrealistic stuff can happen here. And of course, creative changes are least important. That's because the creative changes comes from you and yours only. Next, you want to respond to the changes. Publish changes and wait for more comments. Repeat the steps on the last from slide 16 to 18. And as you can tell, it's a never-ending cycle. So, in conclusion, here's the grand twist. In the end, there's only one person, and one person only, that can determine if your work is a success or not, and that is you. Now, something else that can help is to save copies of your e-literature in both digital and physical form. And you're saving that so that you can pass it on. And I'm talking literally, like, pass it on to, like, your next of kin, your children, your grandchildren, and so on and so forth. But anyways, that is my take on how to be successful in creating e-literature. And if you have any comments or suggestions, my email address is as listed on this presentation. You may contact me there. I hope you found this presentation informative. Have a nice day.